zone. They're ready to go, and they have a lot on the line as we hop into the game with all 6 players.
Everyone on the pitch. Game 1 finally underway.
Already a shot on goal. Look at that.
Already cleared out. Calyx racing out. It's just gonna let that ball sail by the corner. Valleyfield will get another quick clear for them. Quick demo to go around the box.
No
Tokyo
way!
scores first.
All right, I was gonna say, okay, Tokyo and Vegas, I was calling this as the broken game, right? Yesterday, the angle, as they were going up against the high opposition, it's the broken angle. Tokyo and Vegas, I wanted to see him step up. All it took was 18 seconds, and Tokyo's gonna put the first on the board. That is a good sign.
There are a few things scarier than the go-ahead demo guy barreling down the net, knowing that, oh, there's only a few ways that I can avoid this. I'm squeezed against the back wall. Valleyfield definitely taking advantage of that. Hamburg trying to control this ball out of the corner. Valleyfield might have just gave that one up. Calyx wins a big touch. Backboard is clean out, but still cleared.
It's a good thing because Hamburg was set up for an offensive play on that one. Still, control not really being held by either player. Valleyfield with the opportunity for another shot. A little bit of a disruption there. Big save coming out of Calyx. And the clear to follow it up means Hamburg can attack now on their own.
That's a nice 50 from Calyx as well, but cleared out. And Hamburg trying to get set up. Hartman, see him trying to use that wave landing to maintain that speed. Hamburg unable to hold on to that midfield line, struggling to move forward, but that Hartman demo gave Calyx an angle. Not a lot of boost to try to make it work on the flick.
Not a lot of boost for either team there. I actually thought Valleyfield might have had an equalizing goal experience right there from Hamburg, but a nice quick save. And the saves are kind of stacking up for Valleyfield right now. Very fast play, and that is something that they were lacking in yesterday for sure, that they needed to improve upon, and Hamburg is going to have to respond to that pretty quickly and adapt accordingly.
Pushing up pretty far. Hartman, no boost. Calyx, another shot. He's been behind the ball in a couple of those opportunities. Now Hamburg starting to control the midfield. You see him taking that advanced position. Even Calyx not rotating back until the last moment, and can't get the touch.
No.
It doesn't matter if you rotate back. You gotta make contact with the ball.
Jorby, I almost don't want to watch this replay. This is a rough one, and we're gonna change. Oh, we're gonna change the perspective. It's Calyx, it's Hartman who just goes a little bit too far to the right on that shot. And it was good patience coming out of Valleyfield to get the acquisition towards the right 90.
And Calyx was in a tough spot. He's got to protect that ball on the back wall. You want to be able to control that touch instead of just sending it right away to Valleyfield, but just didn't have the read on that low bounce in front. And you can only blame his teammates so much for that. It's routine touch he's got to come up with. It's Valleyfield looking for a clear out. They're happy Hamburg have given them this 2-goal lead. Hamburg has more pressure here in the corner. We'll see what they can do with it.
And a lot of these plays, too, I'm noticing are finding more success closer to the ground. There have been a lot of teams that prefer these aerial plays, these off-the-wall passing plays. Valleyfield is finding themselves a lot of opportunities by just causing some vehicle disruption on the defenders and then sending a shooter forward. Relatively, seemingly easy shots. It's working out, and they might have another opportunity here, but it's going to be taken up and around the corner by Calyx. Still has a bunch of boost left in the tank. Broken snags that one away, sends a clear pass back over to Vegas. The touch wasn't quite the right direction. Valleyfield still has a chance.
Hamburg feeling more pressure. Rotation's still clean enough, but they're all running a little low on boost. Valleyfield has full control. Another shot coming down off the bar for the save. And Jazo able to get that first touch out. Calyx pushing it around the corner. Might be an opening starting to develop for Hamburg, but they're forced laterally in the orange half, and now they're back to the blue.
And this midfield control has kind of been going back and forth. You can see Jorby. Valleyfield constantly stopping it out. Calyx with a nice attempt at a swish pass there. Valleyfield has a nice clean rotation. They've got 2 members on the front post. Is it enough? Yes. The save from Tokyo. The follow-up from Broken to transition this one over to the blue side of the field and an empty net, but not the boost to the position for Valleyfield to follow it up with a shot.
Yeah, I think Valleyfield were a little worried about that midfield challenge, and they just wanted to beat that last player to the ball. I mean, Hamburg, they get these pushes down to the orange half, but then it's actually getting those quality shot opportunities that aren't really forthcoming. Valleyfield have done a good job forcing the play to the corners and getting a quick clear. While Hamburg can get control of the midfield, it hasn't been a consistent effort for them, and Valleyfield have held on to this 2-goal lead, I'd say fairly conservatively. They haven't really pushed the mold too hard on Hamburg to try to retain the lead.
Ooh, they haven't. They get yet another shot on goal. And something that I'm actually noticing is normally I get concerned when a team is using all of their boost on these single plays. Everybody goes down to 0. But Valleyfield is focusing very well on putting the pressure on Hamburg by stealing these corner 100 pockets and ensuring that at least one member can recover on a defensive or offensive play. Very good to see with only a little left on the clock.
I think that's actually the first time I've heard the canister referenced to as the 100 pocket. Kind of like that.
I call the little ones pennies.
But it's 12. It's like a dime.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, but it's glowing and it's orange.
It's the flying cars hitting the ball around.
It looks
None
like
of it
a
makes
penny.
sense.
It looks like a penny.
Less than 30 seconds remaining for Hamburg. They're getting shut out right now by Valleyfield. Not a lot of shots coming. Again, transitions have looked good, and the pressure has not. Calix forcing the 50 out. Jays, though, trying to get that ball back out. A pass maybe developing. Hartman was waiting for something to develop. Nothing did, and there it is again, Valleyfield. The ball hit right into Vegas. Another one sent up if they get a shot with time left, but I think that's going to do it for game one. Valleyfield take a comfortable game 1 lead.
All right, I like to say what I like to see for the next game, right? And I have kind of a, you know, an inkling that for Hamburg in general, there was only one name we were really saying. It was Calix. When it came to, you know, offense, defense, it was pretty much Calix. So we need to see the remainder of the team step it up and try to follow up on some of these Calix plays, because there were some rebound opportunities or some chances that the rest of the team could have surged forward. Yes, it's risky at that point to move the rotation up a little bit, but they still had the midfield control. So I want to see a little bit more pressure, just a little more confidence in Calix's setup.
No, I actually think you make a great point with it as well, because there's so many times in the midfield we'd see Hamburg cut up, and we've seen this with a couple teams this weekend where that second and third man are following so close together in midfield, and you gotta have somebody protecting the back line. It's okay to have first and second man be a little risky, but then once you start committing second and third man, that risk-heavy play style comes with a lot of, well, risk.
Yeah.
And you're getting burned for them more times than not, so it's about adjusting and maybe loosening the rotation a little bit. Valleyfield came out and literally punched Hamburg in the chassis, deleting a player off the field to get their first goal of the game, and that set the tone for the rest of game 1.
Yeah, it only took 18 seconds, I think, is what we were saying. And Valleyfield, they kept the pressure on, which is another good sign, because Valleyfield is one of those teams where if they feel off for the day, it can affect their mental.
Yeah.
And I can tell that extra practice time that they put in yesterday, the extra hours they spent here at the venue to ensure their hands were ready, it was time well spent.
We'll see what Calix and company can get going here. Valleyfield have to be feeling quite confident after that first game. Talk about a lot of their missed opportunities yesterday. Didn't see nearly as much of that. Now, the one thing I think that you have going for you if you're a Hamburg fan out there is that the offense did kind of peter out for Valleyfield about halfway through the game. Hamburg did a good job managing the ball on defense, getting transitions. The only real problem for Hamburg was the offense and the positioning when they got on offense. So I think they can really build on that. I feel like I still think they have a great chance here in game number 2.
Yeah, I sincerely think that just changing the mentality of saying more confidence in Calix will actually go a big distance, because the rotations, the midfield control had to do with the fact that 2 defenders were on the midfield. If you have the opportunity for a follow-up shot, you can't keep 2 back. You have to send at least that second offensive player forward to follow up on Calix, who can then grab one of those corners, one of those hundreds, and make his way to the opposite side of the field. There's so much opportunity here. I just want to see a little bit more faith in these individuals on Hamburg.
Tokyo up for this ball, got over 1. Got enough boost to drop down, but again, backboard defense good enough for Hamburg. Broken, unable to make contact, and it did freeze Hamburg on the line, and it might actually give Valleyfield a goal! Tokyo scores off the tactical whiff!
Assists all day long for Valleyfield as well. The setup from Vegas right here. Broken actually had the initial touch on it, and that is a teamwork play. This is the high risk, high reward you were talking about. That was 3 members of Valleyfield into the corner of Hamburg's side. They knew that they had it, though, at least on the 3rd touch.
And Mcheza was respecting the touch on the back wall, and you saw him position himself on the back wall to get that quick clear when that touch came, but then the player just dropped down around the ball, and then you see him come down off the wall. He rotates an awkward spot out. Valleyfield taking another shot, that time Broken. Just picked up on the save by Calix.
And shots on goal were relatively even when we looked at the stats for game number 1. While it felt like it was all Valleyfield, especially given the 2 shots that they had in Tokyo with the follow-up. Tokyo, where were you yesterday?
He's showing up today. That one high off the backboard, and again, Hartman caught on the back wall, really awkward on that play, had a lot of boost in the tank, and it's just about finding that read. Where the ball was placed up high, when you're sitting on that back wall, it can be really awkward to feel where exactly that ball's gonna bounce off the read, and clearly wasn't confident in it, so just came down off the back wall and tried to make the save in front of the net. It is such a tough position to make a save when you're just sitting in the middle of that back wall and you can't generate any kind of momentum. So it's 2 times now Hamburg have been awkward, but they finally pick up their first goal. MJzo with the score.
MJ has locked one in, and there's still 3 minutes on the clock, Jorby. Plenty of time for Hamburg to recuperate on this one. And again, adaptability is one of the biggest things I'm looking for. Hamburg, they're showing it in game 2.
And you wanted to see Hartman and MJzo step up. Exactly. It was all Calix in game 1. They're the 2 who link up on that play.
Love to see it. Love the assist plays as well. Valleyfield has really been utilizing those. And I talked about the mental of Valleyfield, how it can technically be easily broken, right? This might be a strategy. Hamburg just keeps the pressure up at this point. As long as they've broken one, they can potentially do more.
Momentum is a fickle master. That one put off the board and almost into the net, but what more could you do on that shot? 2 actually come out, first from Broken, then from Tokyo. Well, that second shot, really just a pick-me-up as Calix got a little bit of boost. Couldn't quite get the control and challenged out. Whoa, that pre-jump would have been nasty if they got the dunk. It's another potential clear here for Hamburg. MJzo keeping it close. Maybe starting to heat up a little bit, but there's another challenge for Valleyfield.
I do like this transition. I was talking about game number 1, how it feels like the plays have been close to the ground. Game number 2, they're like, all right, let's keep it up in the air. Let's do as much as we can. Let's expend as much boost to get some of these plays, some of these flip resets. As long as we can get a shot on goal, it's worth the risk.
Up high again here for Broken. Valleyfield. A little bit of pressure starting to build. Good challenges in front as well. Broken setting up something in front of the box. Hamburg have just gotten into position at just the right time. Tracking on the back wall, keeping it close. A nice pass, but too close for Vegas. Gets chipped off the play. It's still Valleyfield ball. Pass over the box and taken away by Hartman.
That was a lot of vehicle disruption coming out of Hamburg, and that helped. I mean, just preventing Valleyfield from successfully making these passing plays. And passing plays are something that we've already seen in game number 1 that is working well against Hamburg, that Valleyfield is able to execute on. Tokyo and Vegas in particular have a lot of duality here today. Tokyo with another whiff in the air, and I shouldn't have asked him where he was.
A little slight off the midfield line. Hamburg positioning well on defense. Hartman can't get that dunk. This is a good setup, though, for Hamburg. Gets the demo on the back side. Maybe if they can wrap around it with the rest of that Valleyfield defense in the air. Calix missing that read a little bit. He didn't have a lot of boost. Took the jump a little early. How did he got that touch? That would have been a big pressure play for Hamburg.
Speed still barely in favor of Valleyfield, only slightly, because Hamburg is expending a lot of boost on a lot of these plays. Calix, though, manages to find a shot up high. Tokyo sends that one away. Hartman with the carry forward. Tokyo again finds the challenge and some success on it. MJ maybe trying to set this one over the top of the goal line. Valleyfield attempting to clear it out around the corner. Hartman, a play off the corner. The pass over to MJ. It comes off the ceiling directly to Broken. Calix keeping the play alive, though. It is going to be a little bit too high, and Tokyo sends that one away for the rebound.
Calix using the rest of his boost to try to get that dunk, but Valleyfield on the transition off the wall and taken away by MJzo. Not a lot of time left. Hamburg spent about 20 seconds in the orange half and didn't really get any quality shots on target. Vegas sends one flying. Now Hamburg got to do it in the air. They get the bounce on the ramp, but the challenge is there. Valleyfield crushing Hamburg right now. One more to sweep.
Okay, one more to sweep. You know what? You know what we're having for lunch today?
What's that?
Catering. We got hamburgers, okay? So I have a feeling maybe that might give a little bit of a boost over to the guys on the side of Hamburg.
What's above well done for a hamburger?
That's, I mean, well, above in terms of good is less than well done.
Oh, no, I want to say not good. It's charred right now.
It's charred. It definitely feels like it's been on the grill just a little bit too long here.
You bite in the middle of it and it's still black. You're like, this isn't even a hamburger anymore.
Nope.
I'm just not trying to rinse Hamburg too hard here, but Valleyfield, you got to give credit where credit is due. They faced a lot more pressure in that game from Hamburg, but they did a great job again on defense, managing in the corners, winning those 50s, and it was actually the aggressive challenges when they did get to the midfield. They were always there. They know how Hamburg want to play this. Calix, several times now, has gone for that first touch, tried to follow it up. He doesn't quite have the air dribble on lock, and so they're just able to get to these balls. Calix isn't able to follow up those 50s fairly well. I thought Hartman had a bit of a better game this time, but still it's just the brokenness of their rotations aren't really working on offense. And they have to find a way to get that follow-up guy in position on offense to actually win these challenges against Valleyfield.
Yeah, and it's at least not all Calyx, right? We were saying everyone's name. MJ had some great pop-off plays. Hartman had some great pop-off plays. But I think at the end of the day, we saw so many whiffs actually come through as well from Hamburg, where they used half their tank of boost and didn't even get the connection on the ball. Oh my gosh, that's it. Hartman got the first one. 4 seconds, baby. That's all it takes.
Calyx is very thankful for Hartman's presence here. Gets up and oof! Timing a little off on that one from Calyx, but he got the bump anyway and gave Hartman the goal.
Beautifully done. Again, a couple seconds. Hey, if you can get those assist stats padded, you might as well do it. And it's working for Valleyfield. It's going to work here for Hamburg. A beautiful start now for the team that is currently facing match point of the opposition. Beautiful.
That was a great stop in midfield. Calyx had a direct line at the net. We saw him dive back to make that stop happen. Nice work by Broken on the play. Valleyfield trying to take back control. It's the first lead for Hamburg in the series. Calyx trying to literally scoop that ball. Have you ever seen a shovel? That's about as close to a shovel grab as you can get off the ramp.
Broken, looking for some of these aggressive plays. Broken is, I mean, an absolute standout player in CRL in general. Definitely one of the most improved that we have seen in this season. Not going to be able to make a play off of that one. Broken very far back, actually, but he's going to be able to save this one. It does hit the crossbar. The follow-up comes through, and Hartman puts another on board for Hamburg.
Great placement here by Hartman. Calyx gets it set up, and you see the defense, they freeze. Broken and Vegas, they didn't know who was going to go for that ball, and they shaded it so well, and it gave Hartman that opening, and he still had to place that well. There was still a defender in a good spot in the center of the net. Well done by Hartman.
And I don't even think Broken needed to actually get the touch. If I'm not mistaken, it just hit the crossbar, meaning Broken a little bit presumptuous on that play. And again, Hamburg has the capacity to kind of throw Valleyfield back on their heels, disrupt their gameplay a little bit, and they're going to find a lot more opportunities and chinks in the armor here of this team. Again, match point, there's a lot of stress as well on both of them right now.
Valleyfield trying to move down the field now. Have set the tone each time in these games, but game 3 has gone a little differently. We'll see how they can respond. They do have a quick pass in the midfield. Starting to press, actually, all three. They get the opening on the board, and Broken puts in the first goal.
Oh, beautiful speed on that as well. The redirects are something to behold from Valleyfield.
Nice on the rebound. You see them again. MJzo got harassed in net, so he was trying to figure out where exactly that ball was going, but he couldn't exactly commit. His lane cut off and just got frozen in the net. Well done by Valleyfield, taking advantage of the free rebound.
3:33 left on the clock. Plenty of time for Valleyfield to take this one. Hamburg, though, I want to see a game 4, Hamburg. I don't normally vote against NA, but
they look better. They look better than they did in game 1. I think it's certainly possible.
It's adaptability, right? That's something, again, especially for collegiate teams in particular. These are players who are trying to become pro. One of the best ways to do that, to stand out as an individual, is to show improvement on the pitch minute by minute. And that is certainly something that we're seeing from Hamburg right now. I
think for Valleyfield, one thing that I was really impressed with last game, again, was their quick challenges, not letting Hamburg control the ball for free in the neutral zone. And even right here, again, they're in an attacking position in midfield, even on defense. Once they get that confident positioning, gonna be tough to beat. 1 touch, 2 touches, a third, maybe? No, taken away, but the rebound is clear. The shot's on target. Goal!
And again, we see a member in the defensive box causing disruption on the defenders. Broken recognizes there's a shot opportunity here, so he goes towards Calyx and throws him off. Then you don't even know which direction to head for as a defender, and these fast shots are working for both teams, but now it's equalized. Hamburg, they were ahead by 2 goals, and if Valleyfield can secure 1 more, the series is over, and they're out of the competition in general.
Yeah, momentum can flip so quickly. Hamburg, quick shot, but it's wide. Rebound actually comes for free. They're gonna kick it high, and that's a good read there. Tokyo to get it downfield. Hartman looking for Calyx, maybe on the wing. He's got the reset. Calyx off the post and in! Hamburg deliver another creative play.
Watch this stall from Vegas, who realizes in slow motion, I'm sure, exactly what is about to happen. Vegas says, I can't. Forward, backward, forward. Nope, there's no possibility to get into a good position for that. He was also completely out of boost, so Hamburg taking advantage of these openings. They got to keep doing that.
I still don't know if that first goal that Hamburg scored where Calyx and, oh no, MJzo barely gets there. I was gonna say when when Calyx and MJzo were shading the ball, and they're like, who's going for it? I still don't know if that was intentional or not.
Yeah.
But that next one was definitely from Hartman, and Calyx just rips one from the side. Look at him go.
And again, this is Valleyfield having defensive positioning and not really knowing what to do. Broken ends up going too far forward. Should be expecting these shots to come through when you have speed on players like that from Hamburg. Still, 2 minutes on the clock. We've seen Valleyfield come back from worse. Not yesterday, though.
The lesson for Valleyfield there is why you got to control that ball out of your own corner. Just giving it up to the sideway. Valleyfield slowing it down. Got the 50, and third man waiting in midfield. Underneath, got the first one, and it's cleared out by Hamburg. Gotten those 2 goals out. Valleyfield feeling that pressure, even getting bumped off that challenge too. And that has been the difference for me, is besides the creativity from Hamburg, it's the challenge game. Valleyfield aren't winning those challenges as handily.
There it is.
But when Broken is hitting the shot like that in the top shelf, it's looking good.
And it's another assist play that we see coming through. A beautiful clear coming out of Broken. Tokyo tries to follow it up, but the distraction that Tokyo caused right there meant those 2 defenders for Hamburg were not trying to get to the back post and front post. They were going for the opposition.
That communication is key there as well. You got 2 players going back. I mean, someone's got to get up for that ball a little earlier. Letting it fall back to the wall, certainly a chance. But when you got it, when you have an attacker there who's going to challenge you, trying to get that advanced position on defense, people a little bit of a better spot when you got 2 guys back. But they got another clear out and just missed the redirect. It's still off the post and in. MJzo picks up 1 for the team.
All right, how many points did Hamburg put on in games 1 and 2? They currently have 5 goals right now. Valleyfield's defense has been disrupted. It's been broken up, and Hamburg has taken advantage of it. Look at the smiles on these guys' faces.
Calix is like, look, even when I whiff, we score. I'm pretty sure Calix has just not touched the ball, and the assist, you're not going to get credit. The game's not going to give you credit for not touching the ball. Calix, whether he's doing it on purpose or not, sorry, Calix, I can't give you that credit, but I got to give you credit for MJzo, big save.
Huge save. That was a team effort as well coming out of Hamburg. They created a little bit of a blockade there, putting bumper to bumper, and that would have, or could have potentially been a game changer on the other side. Calix says, let's put some nails in the coffin for Valleyfield. Only 51 seconds, 3 points down.
Given a free try at it, a good catch and flick, really easily done from Calix. And this one has definitely gotten away from Valleyfield, and Hamburg feeling quite good after, like you said, they only scored 1 goal or 2 goals in games 1 and 2. Yep. So tripling their goal output in game number 3. Don't score them all at once. Broken gonna get the clear out. Valleyfield just gonna try to rebuild some momentum. And you're not exactly thinking about game 4 just this second, but we certainly are. In Hamburg, it's a good return to form here, off the bar and taken away.
I was gonna say, if you're a true believer, someone's like, it's possible, right? The tie is possible. I don't know if I'm a true believer on this one. Especially not with that. 7 now. Calix, oh my gosh, popping off.
That's a nice one from Calix. This time he's got all the space, gets underneath on the reset. I don't even know if he got the reset, but the redirect put it on the side, so
didn't need it.
He'll absolutely take it.
Did not even need the reset. I think the recognition was there too. And that has a lot to say about the patience behind these plays now that are coming out of Hamburg. Even knowing they're at match point in a situation like this, they can take a step back, reevaluate positioning, and say, hey, we've got openings, let's take them.
Valleyfield getting caught out on a lot of those. Calix wanted another one. Added to the 8th, but Valleyfield gonna have to go back to the drawing board here in game number 4. Not finding nearly as much success now, and Hamburg have starting to flip the script. Can they keep that going though heading into game 4? I think Valleyfield gonna be able to reset. You still have the lead in the series, but Hamburg, big win to prevent the sweep.
It was the Hamburgers. It was the mention of Hamburgers.
So they weren't sharp.
I guess not. No. They were better, right? They were
better. Just delayed. We were still waiting. It was going to be like a 30-minute wait.
Right. There's an opportunity for a reverse sweep here. We saw a couple yesterday. We had some chances here today, but we got a game number 4. That alone, I am very happy about. And the confidence that I'm seeing from Hamburg right now, I'm also happy about. It's not enough to sway the mentality of this team. And now moving forward, we have to kind of look at the defense on both of these teams and how that's panned out. The adaptability has to come in play for both offense and defense. Hamburg was making some clutch saves, whereas Valleyfield was kind of dropping the ball, no pun intended, on some of their own defensive plays.
And there's credit to Hamburg to be given. I mean, they had a lot of feints and things that were shading the way they were approaching the ball, and sometimes you thought, like Valleyfield, they have to respect first man is going to touch the ball, but when first and second man jump like two ways in front of the ball and neither of them touch it, like what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Hooey! This is what I wanted to see.
Yeah, Calix is looking good.
No saves from Valleyfield is what I just saw there in the numbers. There's no way that was the case, but Hamburg, as we say in Valleyfield, they don't want to be outshined that much. Tokyo, first 3 seconds. Last game, it was 4 seconds. This game, it's a 1-up.
Oh, and a quick pause into slow-mo. Figure out what exactly happens there. That's the replay. I'm the dumb one there. Excuse me.
I have the same. No, I have the same.
I was sitting. Now the ref is going to pause the game, and we'll perform. About to get underway.
Heck yeah, we are back in it, starting again. 0-0 on the board. Game number 4, Valleyfield sitting at match point. Hamburg looking to push this one out to a full 5-game series.
Another pass in front of the box. Calix dove, but Valleyfield was there for the save. Valleyfield are going to have success. You're going to look at their challenge game. That is what helped them win those first 2 games. In game 2, Hamburg, it started pushing the nose on them a little bit more, but it was those challenges that got Valleyfield the advantage over them. A long clear for Hamburg, right into the net. Calix throws it long field.
Wow, this I need a slow motion replay. Literally 1 quarter all the way to the end. The goal goes through. Vegas was close. He was close, but when it's coming that fast, when you have that much velocity on the ball, there's no way to really redirect yourself properly in a situation. So it's kind of a Hail Mary run.
Not how you want to start if you're Valleyfield. A long, clear goal from the corner does not feel good, but that a nice shade. I love the idea there to try to pull down. That's something we saw Hamburg do a couple times last game.
And it works beautifully right there. I thought that was going to be one, and that's something that Valleyfield has experienced with another shot on goal here, is the patience on these plays, waiting until the last moment to make sure that you bypass the defender. Hamburg and Valleyfield are doing a really good job of that, so nice to see that. There was no slow and pace. Hartman with the redirect to make sure that was not even close.
A shot from Broken. He had a chance. He knew he had to hit the left side of the net. Calix had about half of it covered, but he ripped it so wide, and that was an opportunity for Valleyfield, but they just gave it up in front of the box. Hartman scores again.
2 down for Hamburg. Now consider, before we had that quick break, Valleyfield was like, hey, we got a great start to this game. We got a goal in the first 3 seconds. Now they're on the exact flip side of that coin. They're like, okay, we're 2 down. We've got almost 4 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time to recover on this one, but Hamburg continues to look cleaner and cleaner.
I am starting to get worried for Valleyfield. As you see that confidence bristling in Hamburg. That shot off the bar and in. Broken nails that one.
I want to see this one again. It does come off the top bar. Calix really trying to navigate this one out. But the assist plays are what are working well for Valleyfield. A nice attempt. He had 2 defenders, but it was so beautifully positioned that that's almost an impossible one to redirect.
It's becoming a series of non-touches, finding openings. It's both teams respecting the ability of the player to hit the ball, and then when the player doesn't hit the ball, well, that just kind of throws a screw through everything. It works well there for Valleyfield. They're going to try again here. Nice pass in front of the box. Vegas still denied by Calix.
Calix on point with these defensive plays. Hamburg still stuck in this position, though. That's going to be a demo. Calix takes out Broken. You got a couple seconds of a man advantage, but it's still the blue side of the field. That means Valleyfield has the upper hand on this. Broken with an attempted redirect. Calix interrupts that one. Stalled in the midfield line. Broken gets another shot on goal, and it's tied up with 3 minutes on the clock.
Broken's just sitting down there waiting for something to happen, but this play, all thanks to Tokyo, setting up Broken for that play. Completely stunned Hamburg on the midfield line. He was expecting just to carry that ball, get a soft touch. He didn't know he had to dodge into that for a 50.
I love when you see a team make a goal and there's zeros across the board in terms of boost. That's how confident they are with the setup, with the follow-up. All 3 members of the team getting a touch on that one.
Valleyfield roar right back into it. I'm not worried anymore for them. Back flipping out of it. Might work out here for Vegas. Calix gets a nice touchdown. He squeezed it out from off the post. Hartman almost picking up his 2nd goal, but now a transition the other way off the ceiling. Broken got the 50 in front. Loose ball shot off the post and out. Rebound off the bar and out. Valleyfield couldn't buy one there.
Hartman with another fantastic save. Both of these teams, all 6 players right now, as another shot goes through. The improvement that we've been able to see here, Jorby, is miraculous. This would be normally weeks worth of notes for any other teams, but these players on stage are finding their groove, and that's going to be one from Tokyo, the slow roll, and MJ. It was a good attempt.
Big 50 there from Tokyo. Calix, again, have to manage that ball in the corner. He ends up giving up the touch, and then Hartman whiffing off the back wall creates the opening. That's a difficult spot for the 3rd man to be in front of the box, and Valleyfield take advantage.
2:19 still on the clock. Of course, we see way crazier things than a couple of goals in that much time. In fact, Valleyfield was able to lock 2 down within a minute. And, you know, I mentioned feels like everyone's hitting their groove. That's definitely the case for Valleyfield right now in the last 60, 70 seconds of this game. For a moment, felt like maybe they were a little bit off kilter. Hamburg took advantage of that, but they recouped, they figured out what they needed to do, and now they've taken advantage of some of the pressure that they can find on the offense. It's gonna be another shot. Shot save stats, I need these numbers at the end.
Building them up for Valleyfield now with 3 unanswered goals. This one pushed out to the side. Hamburg pushed forward, first on the 50. And a touch out over to the corner. Calix was expecting something else. He had jumped about the time contact was made on the ball. Valleyfield starting to feel a little pressure. Hartman doesn't have a lot of boost on this play. Just take a pot shot. And then the demo from MJzo onto Tokyo, trying to stick the defensive rotation. Tokyo's missed the ball. It's a low bounce off the post. Vegas gave it up, but he made the 50 happen at the end of his flip. Valleyfield hanging on there to keep the lead.
The timing on that was perfect. The respawn coming from Tokyo out of that demo put him in the perfect position to redirect that one to the left-hand side of the goal line. The rest of Valleyfield able to kind of improve their positioning. Tokyo finds another shot. Hartman tries to get the touch, but it's in the bottom right 90.
He just couldn't catch up to it in time. It was a little bit faster on the play. Tokyo puts it on the far side. Hartman does get a piece of it, but just can't stretch it. Got caught out.
It's always unfortunate, too, when you see the ball clearing towards your goal line and it's got that streak of your own team's color, knowing it was probably a pinch play or redirect that just kind of went awry, and then the enemy team's able to take advantage of it. There's 60 seconds on the clock. Again, Hamburg, they're only down 2. They made 7 goals in the last game. They are more than capable of securing this.
Gonna need to get that clock started soon, but Valleyfield are hunting. Here they come for another one. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, we're playing Rocket League, not pinball. Settle down. Calix, wait, he's got a good mover on the corner, and he side flips off the ball. Was hoping to get a redirect, slam that off the back wall, getting a rebound to his teammate. Instead, the whiff puts him right back on defense.
That's a rough one, but it doesn't end the game for Hamburg, that's for sure. Carry up and over. Hartman's gonna be able to try to turn this one in. Vegas with a beautiful touch sends it into the corner. Boost advantage, heavily in favor of Valleyfield. At the moment, Vegas maybe with another opportunity. Calix sets it up. It curves around to the front of the goal line. Broken not able to get the touch he wants, but the rest of the team's still there. They're actually going to back off this one. They know they've got the game. They know they've got the series.
5 seconds left, and Valleyfield mount a 4-goal comeback to take down Hamburg, eliminate them from the CRL World Championship. Valleyfield roar back in game 4.
I was excited about this series, right? I didn't want to see a 5-0. We got kind of close. But again, the improvement that I saw from all 6 of these players, I would love to watch these teams rematch over and over and over again and just watch them climb in the ranks.
Valleyfield getting the chance, keep it going.
They need it.
A quality win for them. I think that at least for the desk, you know, we're pretty confident in Hamburg to be able to take this one. But Tylacto, he couldn't pick his Hamburg team. And you kind of maybe see why. I mean, Valleyfield, they were able to clutch up, and also credit to Lemon, who said, look, day 1 versus day 2. It comes to effect again. These teams that are underperforming in the first day, well, Valleyfield did not underperform in this series.
Yep, we just saw maybe the trend will continue. And there's another trend that's continuing, and that's T-Bates being wrong.
Ooh, you're right. Wait, I'm sure that FDOT's got like the hashtag Bates sometimes wrong, like queued up. You won't believe, there's like 30 cards back there. They got so many written, but
Look
Valleyfield,
at shot numbers, just insane on that one. Of the saves, it wasn't really the saves so much. It was hitting the crossbar, right? It was getting these redirects or stopping the ball at the midfield line. So I am such a fan of what we just saw, and I think we're going to be able to talk to one of those members.
Yeah, we're going to go over to Lemon Kiwi. She's with Broken for the game-winning victory interview.
I'm joined here with Broken, I should say the Unbroken from Valleyfield, representing Canada. What a series. I know there were some doubters out there, but I believed. And then let's start with, how did you keep your head in the game after the long pause and maybe some games not going your way?
We kept in training. We were doing our thing. We said we don't want to get our heads out of the game, and it worked. Last game, we completely dominated them, so.
You got the fans cheering for you. NA is looking great. I know Canada was in shambles a little bit day one, but turning it around, how does it, I gotta tell them the truth. We gotta be honest a little bit, but we bounced back in day two. That's all that matters. You are one step closer to making it to Championship Sunday. What is going through your head right now?
That it was all planned, and we are there to take down 2 EU teams.
And let's talk about that EU team. The Kiel Krakens are your decider match going on later today. Tell me, what is the team telling each other going up against Kiel next?
My team is telling me that we are better than them.
That is it. Thank you so much, Broken. Let's get a flag wave for the crowd. Give it up for Broken from Valleyfield. All right. That was great. So we'll see you guys after this break for more Rocket League.